I want to share with you about this amazing story about Rahab. Every time I read it, it just like fascinates me about the character of God and the faith of this woman. And so Rahab was a harlot. She was a prostitute in the city of Jericho, and she had a home up on the wall. And men, of course, would travel through her home. And Israel, what conquered their enemies, and the reputation of God had went throughout the world about how God had fought for Israel and how he had drowned Pharaoh's army in the sea. And so there was a dread and a fear of Israel across the land. And so the leader of Israel, the leader of the Jews, had sent in 2 spies to the city of Jericho because they were going to take Jericho. And in Jericho was this harlot, a prostitute named Rahab. And yet she had heard about the horrific and terrific and mighty work of God against Israel's enemies. And so she feared God and she reverenced God. So these 2 spies came into the house of the harlot. And the city, the warriors and the army of Jericho had heard about these 2 Israelite spies that had come into the city of Jericho, and had heard that they had went into Rahab's. And so they came to Rahab's home and asked her, where are the 2 men, the 2 spies that came to your house? And she said, I don't know, but she did know. And so what happened, because she recognized that God, this was the people of God who their God had done this miraculous work and conquered their enemies. And she was fearful and yet full of faith. And so she said, don't destroy me, basically, when you come. I know your God is great. I know you're coming to take the city, and spare me when you come to take the city. And so what these 2 men of Israel said to her, if you hang the cord out the window, when we come back, then we won't destroy you. And everybody you bring into your house, your family that you bring inside of the house, will be spared. But if you disclose this, then no one will be spared, and the blood will be on your hands. And so she lied to the army of Jericho and told them that the men had, gone. She didn't know which direction they went, when in actuality, she hid them on a rooftop while they were there. And she hid them to protect them from the armies of Jericho, because she knew God was going to ride in his great wrath upon that city. And she wanted to be spared, and she wanted her household to be spared. Long story short, it ends up the spies, she let them down by the same cord that she let them down is the cord she had to leave, a scarlet cord hanging down her window, which was representation of the blood of Jesus Christ and salvation and deliverance. It's a lot of theological discourse and revelation in that, was symbolic of the deliverer Christ and his blood being the red scarlet cord. But she let down the cord and let the men down, and the same cord she let them down, she was to leave in her window. So when they came to take over the city, her home would be spared. And it came to pass. And Rahab became, listen to this, she was a harlot in Jericho, but became the great-great-great-grandmother of Jesus Christ. She became one of the women in the lineage of Christ. How about that for a story? So it doesn't matter where you've been, doesn't matter what you've done, doesn't matter what you've come from. God is able to restore you and give you an inheritance.